counted hours by the pain, measuring my days and died. Every road I tried before always found a way out. Then you walked into my silence, didn't rush, didn't speak. You just stayed and let me feel like I wasn't incomplete. I was tired of running circles, of pretending I was strong, but something in your steady breath felt like where I belong. Even time slows for us when your hand is in mine. Every fear just falls away, every doubt resigns. Even time slows for us in the quiet we create. If forever ever had a face, it's this moment we can't escape. We don't chase tomorrow's promises, we don't make to know the end. We just build our love in small moments, again and again. Late night lights and open hearts, your head against my chest. I stopped asking for the world, but I found this rest. I was scared you'd see the truth and decide I wasn't enough, but you smiled and held me closer like love should never rest. Even time slows for us when the light is closing in. Every broken part of me learns to breathe again. Even time slows for us when the world moves on. If love is just a fragile thing, and we're holding If tomorrow changes everything, if the future slips away, no, you didn't just love me, you take my heart to stay. I find you in the ending, in the quiet after time. If loving you is all I need, that I already lived a life. Even time slows for us, even goodbye feels kind. Every second leaves its mark on this heart of mine. Even time slows for us, through the joy and through the pain. Every love I'm ever given, I would choose you again. Even time slows for us when the last song fades away. If love remembers room still smells like you tonight. Your sweater's hanging by the door. I told myself I'd move it soon, but I don't know what I'm waiting for. Your coffee cup is still right there, like you might walk in any day. I keep pretending nothing's changed, while everything has slipped away. We didn't fight, we didn't scream, we just stopped being a dream. I loved you longer than you stayed, longer than your heart could take. You left so quietly one day, and I stayed behind with all the pain. I loved you deeper than you knew, more than you ever tried to do. You walked away, I still remain. I loved you longer than you stayed. You said it's not your fault at all, but that hurt worse than any lie, because it means I did my best and still watch love slowly die. I replay every little sign, every silence, every pause. If loving you was not enough, then what was all this for? You let go before I knew that letting go was what you do. I loved you longer than you stayed, through every doubt, through every break. You found your peace, I found this ache that never seems to fade away. I loved you even when you left, when there was nothing more to save. You closed the door, I couldn't move. I loved you longer than you stayed. They say someday I'll love again, like love is something you replace, but no one else has ever seen the weakest parts I couldn't face. I sleep alone on your side still, like habit hurts less than the truth. I wake up reaching for your name, like losing you is something new. If love is choosing someone daily, even when it hurts this bad, then tell me why I'm still choosing you. I loved you longer than you stayed. Trying not to lose my way. Every hope I held before, learned how fragile dreams can be. Then you stood right in the shadow, didn't ask me to be brave. You just held my shaking hand and let me feel okay. I was done with believing that love could still be true, but the night felt less afraid the moment I found you. I'll hold the light for you when the road gets hard to see, when the world feels far too loud. Come and stand with me. I'll hold the light for you through the fear, like it's something we must claim. We just live it in the silence, in the way we say your name. Late night talks, the window rain, your breath against my skin. I stopped fighting all my doubts the night you let me in. I was scared you'd see my scars and decide to walk away, but you traced them with your fingers like they made me worth the stay. I'll hold the light for you when the night is closing in, when your faith is running thin. I'll begin. I'll hold the light for you. If the world forgets our names, if love is all we have tonight, I'll stay the same. Future slips away. No, you didn't just love me, you taught my heart to stay. I'd find you in the ending, in the quiet after time. If loving you is everything, then I already found my life. I'll hold the light for you. Even goodbye feels kind. Every moment leaves its glow inside this heart of mine. I'll hold the light for you So let the night fall softly, let the world drift through. If love is something we become, I became it with you. Watch the sun fall through your window, painting gold on tired walls. You leaned your head upon my shoulder, like you knew this moment wouldn't last at all. Your fingers traced my silent heartbeat, like you were learning how to say goodbye. I smiled pretending I was stronger, while my soul was learning how to cry. Some loves don't end with angry words, they end with tears we never heard. If loving you was my last song, I'd sing it slow, I'd sing it strong. Every note would hold your name, every line would taste like pain. If loving you was my last song, I'd play it till the night was gone. Even if it breaks my heart, I'd sing it from the very start. We talked about the road ahead, like distance couldn't change a thing. But silence grew between our words, and hope forgot how to breathe. I memorized the way you laughed, like someday it would fade away. I held you close a little longer, like love could make you stay. I felt the ending in your eyes, still I stayed, still I tried. If loving you was my last song, I'd let the melody go on. Through every doubt, through every tear, I'd sing it loud so you could hear. If loving you was my last song, I'd make it last forever long. Even if the world moves on, I'd still be here when you are gone. I've walked these streets 1,000 times, but nothing feels the way it did. Your memory lives in every corner, like a secret I never hid. They say time heals the broken heart, but time just teaches how to hide. I've learned to smile through the daylight and miss you quietly at night. If love is more than staying close, if love is choosing to let go, then maybe this was how we loved, by holding on, then letting go. I don't regret the the tears we cried, or every scar you left in me, because I was alive with you in ways I'll never be again. If loving you was my last song, I'd sing it till my voice was gone. Let every echo tell the truth, that every dream began with you. If loving you was my last song, I wouldn't change a single wrong. Some loves aren't meant to stay too long, they're just meant to feel this strong. So if you hear this song someday on some old radio at night, know every word I ever sang was loving you with all my life. I've been holding on to moments that were never meant to stay. Every love I almost trusted found a reason to fade away. I learned how to smile politely, hide the truth behind my pride, till you look straight through my walls and didn't ask me why. I was done believing that love could still be true, but something in your quiet eyes said I didn't have to prove. Nothing ever felt like you, nothing ever came this close. Every touch feels honest now, every word feels slow. Nothing ever felt like you in a world that rushes through. If I ever knew what love was for, I learned it loving you. We don't talk about forever, like it's something we must own. We just build it in the silence, in the way we make it home. Late night talks, the kitchen light, your head resting on my chest. I stopped searching for the answers when I found your breath. I was scared you'd see my doubts and decide to walk away, but you stayed when I went quiet, like you always planned to stay. Nothing ever felt like you, not the highs, not the pain. Every scar I tried to hide, you never tried to change. Nothing ever felt like you when the night feels hard to move. If this is all I get in life, it's enough with you. tears. I'd find you in the ending, in the quiet after time. If loving you is everything, then I already won my life. Nothing ever felt like you, even goodbye feels kind. Every moment leaves a trace of you inside my mind. Nothing ever felt like you, through the joy and through the pain. Every road I've ever taken would still lead me back again. Nothing ever felt like you, when the last song finally plays. If love remembers anything, let it remember us this way. So if the world grows quiet and all my words fall through, just know this truth forever. Nothing ever felt like you. The night you said my name so soft, like you were afraid the sound would break us. Your eyes were full of unshed tears, but your smile kept trying to save us. We danced around the truth too long, pretending love would heal the silence. But every touch was holding on to something already fading. I felt the ending in your sight. Still I stayed, still I tried. We almost lasted forever, almost beat the hands of time. We were so close to forever, but forever crossed the line. We almost made it through every storm we couldn't see. Yeah, we almost lasted forever, but forever wasn't meant for you and me. I keep your letters in a drawer, next to dreams I couldn't throw away. Every word still knows my heart, even now they know my name. I've loved again, I won't deny, but love never felt as honest. No one else has seen my soul the way you did in moments. I learned that love can be so real and still not be enough to heal. We almost lasted forever, almost made it out alive. We were standing on forever, but we let it pass us by. We almost made it through when belief was all we had. Yeah, we almost lasted forever, and that's the hardest truth I have. Turn around, you're not there, just memories staring back at me. If love is more than staying close, if love means letting someone go, then maybe them grow. I don't hate you for leaving, I don't blame you for the pain. Some hearts are only meant to meet, not destined to remain. If destiny has a sense of humor, it knew just what to do. It gave me all of you at once and taught me how to lose. We almost lasted forever, almost wrote our final page. Every kiss, every promise still echoes through the years. We almost made it through, but love took a different road. Yeah, we almost lasted forever, and that almost still hurts the most. So if someday our eyes should meet on some forgotten street somewhere, I won't ask for forever again. I'll just be grateful we were there. I still remember the way you smiled on that quiet street. Under fading lights, the world was loud, but time stood still when your hand found mine against your will. Every word you spoke was a promise made, every silence something we were afraid to say. We were young, but love felt old, like a story written before we were born. I try to run from the truth inside, but love like this has nowhere to hide. When love refuses to fade, it stays through the tears and the pain. Even when hearts break apart, it still whispers your name. When love refuses to fade, it lives in the songs we can't escape. No matter how far I go, your shadow remains. When love refuses to fade. Midnight radio, your favorite song, I still turn it up when it comes on. Every note feels like deja vu, like the night I fell in love with you. We built dreams on borrowed time, said forever like it was easy to find. Now forever feels far away, but somehow you're still here every day. I've loved and lost, I've tried again, but nothing feels the way it did back then. When love refuses to fade, it burns like an unhealed flame. Even when the story ends, the feeling remains. When love refuses to fade, it echoes through memories we can't erase. I've learned to live with the ache. When love refuses to I see your face in crowded rooms, and strangers' laughs and pale perfumes. I've made my peace, or so I lie, but my heart still breaks when you pass me by. If loving you was my greatest sin, I'd commit it again and again and again. Because some loves aren't meant to die, they just learn how to survive. Maybe we weren't meant to last, maybe we were meant to leave a scar. Some loves don't stay forever, they just teach you who you are. If I could hold you one last time, I wouldn't beg, I wouldn't cry, I'd just say thank you for the pain, for a love that still remains. When love refuses to fade, it outlives goodbye and yesterday. It's the truth you can't deny, no matter how hard you pray. When love refuses to fade, it stays when everything slips away. I don't regret loving you, I only regret that love refuses to fade. So if you hear this song someday, know my heart never walked away. Some loves end, but never change. When love refuses to fade. The house feels bigger since you left. Every sound just hurts instead. Your silence echoes down the hall, like I'm not home at all. I still talk to you sometimes, like you're just asleep upstairs. I hate myself for hoping still that you might care. We didn't end with goodbye, you just slowly disappeared from my life. You left and I stayed broken, holding words you If love is meant to set you free, why does freedom hurt like this? Why does letting go feel harder than every goodbye I miss? I would have stayed through your worst days, through doubts you never shared, but you chose a life without me, and I wasn't prepared. You left, and I stayed broken. Long after you moved on, I still hear your voice in my head when the night is long. You left when love got heavy, when staying took too much strength. I stayed with all the memories and a heart that never changed. So if you ever think of me on some quiet, lonely night, know I loved you honestly, even when you lost the fight. I don't blame you for leaving, I just wish you'd understand. Some people leave to save themselves, some people stay and never heal again. Didn't leave all at once, you just love me a little less each day. Your smile learned how to lie, your eyes slowly looked away. I felt the distance in your touch, like holding something already gone. You were still there beside me, but I was loving you alone. I kept fixing what I could while you were already done. You stopped loving me first, I stayed hoping it would hurt less. I kept choosing us while you were choosing rest. You stopped loving me first, but never told my heart. So I kept fighting for a love that was already falling apart. We talk like strangers in the dark, shared a bed but not our fears. I memorized your silence like it was something I could repair. I blame myself for everything, your distance, your cold replies. If love was fading in your chest, I thought mine could make it survive. I loved you harder every day, trying to make you stay. You stopped loving me first, and I refused to believe. I saw the truth in your eyes, but begged my heart not to see. 'Cause I learned the hard way, love can leave without ever saying your name. You didn't leave me first, you stopped loving me first. Time chips knocking on my window, like it knows I'm still awake. Every drop sounds like your footsteps, coming back for heaven's sake. The room still smells like yesterday, like your perfume never left. Some loves don't die in silence, they just learn to catch their breath. I've learned to live with empty space, learn to sleep alone, but every night my heart still knows where it belongs. The night still says your name in every breath I take, in every dream that breaks me right before I wake. If forgetting was that easy, I would have found a way. But the night still says your name again and again. Streetlights crying in the distance, just like I do inside. I see your face in passing strangers, in every love I try. They tell me time will change my heart, make it all okay, but nobody warned my soul. Love doesn't fade that way. I smile so no one notices the war inside my chest, but every tear I never cried still loves you best. The night still says your name when the world goes quiet and slow. Every promise that we made still whispers soft and low. If goodbye was meant to save us, why does it feel this way? The night still says your name, won't let it fade. meant to follow straight lines. And if somewhere you still feel me when the rain hits at 2 a.m., just know my heart never stopped calling you back again. The night still says your name through the years, through all the pain. Every road I walk alone still ends the same. If this love is my forever, even if you're far away, the night still says your name. Till the end of time. So if you feel a sudden ache tonight when the rain begins to fall, that's just my heart remembering you.